Part 1 Yamuna Bhavavali Va Santa Dasya Bhakti Sadhana Lalasa Yamunakarya's Ecstasies of Love, or Hankering for Sadhana Bhakti and Santa and Dasya Rasas Song 1 Text 1 O Merciful Lord Krishna, your feet are very beautiful as they rest on the heads of all the Vedas. They are 100 times more beautiful as they rest on the heads of the spiritual masters. Seeing all this, feel the fever of my life become cool. Text 2 The chariot of the soul's desires travels on the pathway of your feet. All follow your feet. Your feet are a kalpa vrksa tree that fulfills the soul's desires. Your feet are the soul's family and terasure. They are the soul's eternal object of worship. They are the soul's final goal. Text 3 Sincerely serving your feet, O lotus-eyed Lord, Bhaktivinoda yearns to please you. He has become a follower of your devotees. Song 2 Text 1 O Lord Krishna, by your glance the 14 worlds take birth. You kindly create the spirit souls and the material world. How many souls were born from you? Text 2. By your glance, O Lord, everything is born. You are the master of all. Of all living beings you are the eternal master and the well-wishing friend. You are the Lord of everyone's life. Text 3 Bhaktivinoda says, Please hear, O merciful Lord. The Father's love you feel for your devotees is part of your true nature. It is not temporary or false. You are naturally kind and generous to your servants. Song 3 Text 1. O Lord Krishna, O Supreme Truth, writing in the scriptures, Vyasa and the sages again and again glorify your eternal form, qualities, character, and pastimes like the sweetest nectar. Text 2 To bless the conditioned souls the best scriptures describe your spiritual pastimes the foolish demons, blinded by passion and ignorance, have no power to understand. Text 3 The people of this world will not worship you and meditate on your eternal form. Staying in their frogs well, they do not care about you. Bhaktivinoda sings, Alas, alas, what a calamity has fallen on the world. They who are by nature Lord Krishna's servants will not even approach Lord Krishna. Song 4. Text 1 O Lord Krishna, this material world is a prison bounded by time and space. O Lord, you are the master of all. The laws and boundaries of this world do not touch you. The laws of this world tremble in fear of you. Text 2 No one is equal or greater than you. You transgress all laws. You are supremely independent. Employing your Maya potency, you hide from the conditioned souls. Text 3. Even so, your pure devotees have the power to see you. Indeed, they see your form always. Poor Bhaktivinoda never engages in your pure devotional service. For him the dust of your devotees' feet is the best thing in this world. Song 5 Text 1 O Lord Krishna, you have all virtues. You are the master of all powers. You are generous, honest, pure, gentle, kind, sweet, equal to all, pious, peaceful, grateful, and heroic. You are the best of all. Text 2 You possess all auspicious virtues. You are a nectar ocean of virtues. The individual souls possess only some few drops of the virtues you, the master of all powers, possess in full perfection. Text 3 Bhaktivinoda, who is worthless like a pile of ashes, folds his hands and speaks words from his heart. Again and again he begs, O Lord, may he pass this life in the company of your servants, servants who find their pleasure in describing your pastimes. Song 6 Text 1 O Lord Krishna, no one knows your deep heart. Still, everyone follows the desires of your heart. The creation, maintenance, and destructions of the worlds, all the ways of the world of birth and death, liberation from the world, and everything else are all manifested from your powers and glories. Text 2 Following the wishes of some souls, simply by willing you create the material worlds. Turning their faces from you, some bewildered souls then dive into a sea of karma. The Vedas describe all these pastimes. Text 3 However, if a rebellious soul stays with your devotees, engages in devotional service, and worships you, then he will attain your feet. He will float in the nectar of your confidential pastimes. Then Maya will not touch him. Bhaktivinoda has decided to turn his heart toward you in this way. Song 7 Text 1. O Lord Krishna, as long as they stay in Maya's prison, the rebellious souls plunge their hearts into material things. They think only of matter. Their hearts cannot see the spiritual world filled with knowledge, the world where you stay. Text 2 Grasping the sword of devotional service and mercy, the heart may cut the ropes of matter that bind it. Then the heart may leave the world of matter and gaze at your wonderful handsome form, a form that mocks everything made of matter. Text 3 O Lord, your glories and opulences have no end. You are an ocean of mercy. You are the master of all souls. Poor Bhaktivinoda, who has no pure devotional service, again and again begs for pure devotion to you. Song 8 Text 1 Copyright Lord Krishna, have no faith in the path of religion, nor have spiritual knowledge, nor have beautiful devotion to your feet. Have nothing of any value, nor does a good future await me. I am a wicked hedonist. 1 I am a thief who again and again robs his own self. Text 2 You are the purifier of the fallen, and am very fallen. You are my only shelter. I place myself before your feet. I take shelter of you. I am the servant, and you are my master. Text 3 Bhaktivinoda weeps. There is no peace in his heart. Falling to the ground, he says, O Lord Krishna, please be merciful to this wicked person. Please give him the shade of your feet forever. Song 9 Text 1 O Lord Krishna, there is no sin I did not commit thousands and thousands of times. Now I have the fruit of my past karma. Powerless, suffer, riding on a machine. Text 2. I see no other shelter. Again and again I weep. Now I stand before you. Please give the punishment your heart thinks right. You are my master. You have the right to punish me. Text 3 I may suffer or enjoy. I have only one request. In whatever condition of life I am placed, please not abandon me, O Master, O life's treasure of Bhaktivinoda. Song 10 Text 1. By the fault of my own karma I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. How long must I struggle to keep from drowning? Swimming and swimming cannot find the end of this ocean. The huge ocean of birth and death has no end. Text 2 Drowning, I screamed, someone save me. At that moment you came. Knew you could take me to the shore. The seed of hope was planted within me. Text 3 O merciful Lord Krishna, now you have found me. O most merciful Lord, I will never leave you. O merciful Lord, now you have found Bhaktivinoda, who is worthless like a pile of ashes and who desperately needs your mercy. Song 11 Text 1 O Lord Krishna, a person who desires only you and no one else will never leave your lotus feet. O Lord, he passes his days under the shelter of your feet. By your feet, he is fearless. Text 2 With an angry heart, a mother may sometimes reject her suckling infant, but the infant will never reject his mother, for without his mother the infant has no way to stay alive. Text 3. Bhaktivinoda says, O merciful Lord, when you see my many faults you may reject me, but will never reject you. Without you I cannot stay alive. Song 12 Text 1 O Lord Krishna, a very fortunate soul will find the lotus lake of your feet, a lake filled with the nectar of immortality. Drinking that nectar, he will become intoxicated with bliss. Never will he wish to leave that lake. Text 2. Entering that lake, he will not wish to go to any other place. In his heart he will think all other nectars dull and tasteless. A bee staying in a nectar-filled lotus will never wish to fly away to a stand of sugarcanes. Text 3 Bhaktivinoda says, staying in that lotus lake, I will never return to the world of birth and death. Devotional service's power and the devotee's mercy are my two treasures. Now that have them, am happy. Song 13 Text 1 While wandering in the jungle of birth and death, a fortunate soul, his hands reverently folded, will somehow, by fate, find your feet, O Lord Krishna. Text 2 At that moment his misfortune perishes and his good fortune grows. Never becoming less, his good fortune gradually grows greater and greater until it becomes the greatest of all good fortunes. Text 3 O Lord, you are very merciful, and I am very unfortunate. I never bow down before your lotus feet. This wicked-hearted person does not know what will happen to Bhaktivinoda. Song 14 Text 1. O Lord Krishna, if he somehow attains a drop of nectar from the ocean of love that flows from your lotus feet, a fortunate soul will find that his sufferings suddenly flee far away. Text 2 In a moment that drop from the ocean of nectar extinguishes the fire of repeated birth and death. It brings liberation. It takes one to your feet. It brings limitless bliss. Text 3 Falling into the trap of birth and death, Bhaktivinoda weeps. He says, I am not fortunate. Good fortune did not come to me. My life is gone. I selfishly wasted it. Song 15 Text 1 O Lord Krishna, with your two playful lotus feet you walk everywhere in the spiritual and material worlds. At every moment you rescue your devotees from their sufferings. That is why you are always glorified. Text 2 A great treasure is present in this world. I live in this world. I could have picked up that treasure. Why am I so unfortunate? Why did I cheat myself and turn myself into a pauper? Why did I turn this life into a pile of ashes? Text 3. Without your mercy there is no auspicious future. Approaching the Lord's feet, Bhaktivinoda humbly says, O Lord, when will I attain your mercy? When will I stand up and run to meet you? When will I see your 2 feet? Song 16 Text 1 Not seeing any alternative, I, a person with a wicked heart, now surrender at your feet. O Lord, now I know that you are the master of all the worlds and I am your eternal servant. Text 2. When will I be your selfless servant? When will that day come? When, turning away from all other desires, will serve you, my eternal master? Text 3 When will my peaceful saintly heart always wish to serve you? Bhaktivinoda says, I will always happily serve you. Song 17 Text 1 O Lord Krishna, I, an offender, a sinner with thousands and thousands of faults. A sinner who should be punished forever, have fallen into the horrible belly of the ocean of birth and death. Shelterless, I yearn for shelter. Text 2 O Lord Krishna, pushed by fear, I surrender to your feet. Please kindly accept me. O Lord, you promise to protect the souls that surrender to you. Text 3 O Krishna, O Master of my life, trusting in your promise, this servant now surrenders unto you. Bhaktivinoda sings, to this servant please give pastimes of serving your reddish feet. Song 18 Text 1 Hari. O Lord Krishna, alas, covering everything with a terrible blinding darkness, clouds of illusions rain a monsoon of sufferings. Seeing the four directions become fearful places, I stumble and fall from the path. Text 2 By my own folly I fell into this angry, evil day. My life is about to flee. There is no guide to show the way in this dark jungle of birth and death. On this evil day, will die. I call out to you, O infallible Lord. Text 3 Please once place your glance of mercy on me. Then this evil day, this monsoon of folly, will perish. Then powerful knowledge will come and show Bhaktivinoda the true path. Song 19 Text 1 O Lord Krishna, I place one request before you. Please kindly listen. My words are not meaningless. They have deep meaning. They come from the heart. Text 2 I am very fallen. You are the most merciful. Therefore Lamb qualified to receive your mercy. However fallen a person may be, he is still qualified to receive your mercy. Therefore, am perfectly qualified for your mercy. Text 3. If you reject me, where will you find another person like me to receive your mercy? Then your name, merciful, will perish. Bhaktivinoda says, please be merciful. Then your fame as the merciful Lord will continue forever. Song 20 Text 1 Copyright Lord Krishna, never will leave you and become without my master. Without my master, am a servant without shelter. O Lord, if you do not accept me, you will not remain a master. Who will you dominate then? Text 2. That is our relationship, ordained by fate. O Krishna, O killer of Madhu, you are the abode of all virtues. Therefore please hear my appeal, I do not wish that we shall ever be apart. Text 3 Bhaktivinoda sings, please protect me. Please never leave me. When am at fault, with proper anger please punish me, and then place me at your graceful feet. Song 21 Text 1. Divided into male and female, divided again into varnas and other divisions, and then divided again by the modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance, material bodies are divided in thousands of different types. Text 2 In whatever kind of body, stay, and in whatever condition of life one live, offer everything to your feet, O Master of my life. Saying that, I have no further duty to fulfill. Text 3 O Lord, please protect me. Do whatever you wish, I am your servant. Bhaktivinoda says, I am always happy and eager to serve you. Song 22. Texts 1 and 2 Performing the pious deeds prescribed in the Vedas, the soul takes birth again and again in this world. O Lord Krishna, O Supreme Person, if, either as the result of my previous deeds or by the power of your desire, must again take birth in this world, then please hear this request. If one must again take birth in this world, please allow me to take birth in the home of people who associate with your servants. O merciful Lord, if am even an insect or a worm in such a home, I will be happy in my heart. Text 3. O Lord Krishna, please let me not take birth in the home of a foolish householder who does not associate with your servants, even if his home is opulent like the planet of Brahma. Folding his hands, Bhaktivinoda makes this request. Song 23 Text 1 O Lord Krishna, falling in love with you, a pure devotee knows that material sense pleasures and impersonal liberation are all pathetic and insignificant. Anyone who once sees the glory of your handsome form thinks in his heart that everything else is worthless like crumbs of straw. Text 2 With these great souls you enjoy many pastimes. I cannot bear to stay apart from them. O Lord, to this poor person please kindly show me these great souls. I have no shelter but the saintly devotees. Text 3 When will I find the treasure of these devotees' feet? When will my wicked heart become pure? Bhaktivinoda says, when you are kind, I will see the great souls. Song 24 Text 1 O Krishna, O killer of Madhu, please hear my words. I say that service to you is my greatest wealth. I am your servant, and you are my master. Text 2. O infallible Lord, I cannot for a single moment bear anything that has no relation to this treasure of serving you. Therefore I have no decided to renounce all attachment to this body, this life, material happiness, material desires, and material egotism. Text 3 O resting place of the goddess of fortune, let these things run to destruction 100 times, will always be your servant. Bhaktivinoda says, the individual soul is Lord Krishna's servant. Without devotional service what does he possess? Song 25 Text 1. O Lord Krishna, have become like a human beast. I have no saintly activities. Am always thrown into great sufferings without beginning or end. Am the abode of all that is inauspicious. Text 2 You are an ocean of mercy. You are the friend of the world. You are a limitless ocean of love. Meditating on your transcendental qualities, and cutting the ropes that tie me to this world of birth and death, will be always fearless. Text 3 His heart filled with this desire, Bhaktivinoda stands before Sri Yamundakarya's feet and sings, I pray that Lord Krishna, who is like a moon shining in the forests by the Yamuna's bank, and whose feet are like nectar lotus flowers, may place his mercy upon my head. Song 26 Text 1 O Lord Krishna, you are the father of the universe. You are the mother of the universe. O Lord Krishna, you are the beloved son. You are the spiritual master, the well-wisher, and the friend. You are the shelter and the kalpa vrksa tree. In these ways, have a relationship with you. Text 2 Lamb your servant, your follower, a poor person who begs you for shelter, a soul surrendered atv your graceful feet. 1 am your property, your creation, your dependent protected by you. I am yours. Text 3 Bhaktivinoda says, I do not proudly think I and mine in my relationship with Lord Krishna. Still, as one serve him, I do think in terms of I and mine. Outside of serving him, these would be only material thoughts. Song 27 Text 1 O Lord Krishna, I am always restless at heart, ill-mannered, petty, envious, sinful, ungrateful, proud, cruel, vicious, expert in cheating others, ferocious, horrible, and always in lust's grip. Text 2. Being so wicked, I am always plunged in an ocean of sufferings. I swim in the ocean of birth and death. How will I find the shore of the ocean of birth and death? How will I find service to your feet? Text 3 Only if I get your mercy will I cross this impassable ocean. O Lord, please keep this servant with the dust under your graceful feet. Then Bhaktivinoda will no longer suffer. Part 2 Karpanya Panijika va Vigyapti Nibadana A record book of appeals for mercy or an appeal. Weeping, and turning away from all shyness, I, a very poor-hearted person who lives in Vraja's forests, now speaks the prayers that are in my heart. Text 2 O Lord Krishna, defeating the splendor of sapphires and new clouds, you delight the people of Vraja. O Sri Radha, your fair complexion removing the pride of yellow Gorakana, you charm Lord Krishna's heart. Text 3 O Krishna who eternally enjoys pastimes in Vraja's forests, dressed in yellow garments, you conquer gold. O Sri Radha who eternally helps Lord Krishna in his pastimes, dressed in blue. Garaman, you remove the Palasa flower's pride. Text 4 O Lord Krishna, you are the sapphire in the crown of all youths. Radha is the queen of your life. O Sri Radha, you are the jasmine crown decorating the braids of Vraja's girls. You are always eager to please Lord Krishna. Text 5 O Lord Krishna, defeating the splendor of Lord Narayana, your handsome form in Vraja's forests makes the whole world wild with bliss. O Sri Radha, defeating goddess Lakshmi, in the courtyard of Lord Krishna's heart you are the most beautiful of Vraja's girls. Text 6. O Lord Krishna, with flute music and with waves of sweet fragrance you charm Radha's heart at every moment. O Sri Radha, with Veena music and with the fragrance of your limbs you make Lord Krishna's heart wild with bliss. Text 7 O Lord Krishna, O crest jewel of thieves, with your restless glances you have robbed Radha of her wealth of peacefulness. O graceful artist, O wealthy Sri Radha, your waves of crooked glances make Lord Krishna intoxicated with bliss. Text 8. O Lord Krishna, O master of dancers and actors, Radha's jokes sometimes make you speechless. O Sri Radha, O Kalpa vrksa tree of nectar, hearing Lord Krishna's jokes, you become ecstatic, and the hairs of your body stand erect. Text 9 O all virtuous Krishna, you are a mountain range made of the jewels of transcendental qualities. O Shri Radha, you possess a underscore host of transcendental qualities Parvati and other beautiful girls yearn to attain. Text 10 O Krishna of Vrindavana, O Queen of Vraja's forests, O rulers of my life, with words choked with emotion, a great fool, place this honest request before you both. Text 11. If you think I am not worthy to receive your mercy in this forest of Vraja, please be merciful anyway to this fallen person. O merciful King and Queen, I take shelter of your feet. Text 12 Although I am unworthy, and although I am an offender, please be merciful to me. You too are very merciful. You forgive a host of offenses. Text 13 I do not possess even a single drop of the shadow of devotion to you, devotion that brings your mercy. Am not worthy to receive your mercy. Still, O playful King and Queen of pastimes, O rulers of Vraja's people, please be merciful to me anyway. Text 14 You were merciful to Shiva and the demigods. You were merciful even to the wicked non-devotees. O playful rulers of all, O King and Queen of my life, please forgive my faults and be merciful to me. Text 15 Although I am lowly, I proudly think myself exalted. Although I am a fool, I proudly think myself wise. Although I am wicked, I proudly think myself a saint. These are my faults. Many days have passed, and still I do not worship you. Text 16. Still, if in this lifetime this poor person somehow chants the dim light Namabhasa of the holy name, then please, O divine couple, be merciful to him, free him of his faults, and allow him to chant your holy names. Text 17 Even a small fragment of devotional service destroys all offenses. O merciful divine couple, please forgive me and purify me of my faults. That is the desire in my heart. That is the prayer I place before your feet. Text 18 This poor soul who has no wealth of devotional service, this person proud of how hard he struggles and how he suffers, this person worthless like a pile of ashes falls before your feet and prays for your kindness. Please be pleased with him. Text 19 Loudly weeping, his body trembling, his hands folded, and a straw between his teeth, this sinner says, O Master! O Master! Please kindly make me peaceful. Text 20 Calling out, Oh, this miserable person begs for mercy. Repenting his sins, he rolls about on the ground. He says, O Radha! O Krishnakandra, please hear my words choked with emotion. Without your mercy my life breath will flee away. Text 21. Weeping, I call out, Oh! In a voice choked with emotion I say, please be pleased with me. Bekwase you have all good qualities, please be merciful to this unworthy person. O oceans of mercy, please keep me at your feet. Text 22 Placing my thumb in my mouth, make a loud sound of grief. Weeping and weeping, I say, O Master, please give me a small particle of your mercy. Please rescue my life. Please accept this poor person. Text 23 Weeping, this fool earnestly and humbly prays, O abodes of mercy, please splash me with your waves of mercy in this forest of Vraja. Text 24 In the places of your manifest and unmanifest pastimes the different states of being are all very sweet and pleasing to the heart. Of all these states of being, pure love for Sri Sri Radha Krishna, which is attained only by your mercy, is the best of the best. Text 25 If you are pleased with this maidservant and in your hearts feel kind to her, then please give her the gift of service to your feet. Please allow me to approach your feet. That will cool the fever that burns my life. That is all I desire. Text 26. You are kind and affectionate to persons who have no master or shelter. 1 am very low and fallen. Have no master. Have no shelter. Beg to serve you directly. Please give me the gift of your mercy. Please save the life of this person without master or shelter. Turning away from all else I beg to serve you. Text 27 My folded hands resting on my head, place this request before your feet, one time please allow me to serve you. In this way you will cool my feverish heart. Then I will think my life is a success. Text 28 When will I see you both meet in the forest? When, the priceless fragrance of your limbs entering the city of my heart, will suddenly fall unconscious? Text 29 When will the sweet, sweet tinkling of your anklets, a tinkling that defeats the cooing of swans, enter my ears? When, with a happy heart drinking the nectar of service to you, will I become wild with bliss? Text 30 When, in Vrindavana forest seeing your auspicious footprints bearing the chakra and other marks, will this maidservant, secretly attaining your mercy, float in a festival of bliss? Text 31. O Radha, O Krishna, when, your splendid feet that are the abode of all beauty, come before my eyes, will I celebrate a wonderful festival of bliss? Text 32 For a long time I have yearned to see your lotus feet. Will this difficult to attain desire be fulfilled in this birth? That is the thought in my heart. Text 33 When will I see you two beautiful lovers enjoy amorous pastimes in the groves of Vrindavana forest not far away from me? When, gazing at you, will become plunged into bliss. Text 34 When, carrying your letters to each other when you cannot meet, and thus banishing the sufferings of your hearts and increasing your happiness, will I become wild with bliss? Text 35 When, the two of you searching for each other in Vrindavana forest and not finding each other, will I bring you together and, pleasing you, receive a necklace, locket, and other things as a reward? Text 36. I will hold the necklace intended as the victor's prize in the gambling match, and you will quarrel over the necklace, each of you claiming, I won. I won. When will I see all this? Text 37 When, as you both recline on a bed made of flowers, will this maidservant, by massaging your feet, become fortunate? Text 38 When, your necklace is broken during your amorous battle, will this maidservant be commanded to string them again? I will place that merciful command on my head. Text 39. When, the decorations in your hair washed away by the waves of your pastimes, will I, on your hinted command, become plunged into bliss by decorating your hair with peacock feathers. Text 40 When, the previous decorations are destroyed during your amorous pastimes, will I, on your command, make new tilaka decorations on both your foreheads? Gazing at the beauty of those decorations, I will become wild with bliss. Text 41. O my master Krishna, I will place a forest garland on your chest. O Radha, I will decorate your eyes with black mascara. When, as I do this in the forest, will I feel blissful, and will my heart tremble with love? Text 42 When, as I take golden-colored betel leaves, mix them with camphor and other perfect ingredients, and place the vidus I thus make in both your mouths, will my heart become plunged into ecstatic love? Text 43 Who am I? I am wicked sinner. What are my desires? They are very difficult to attain. Why do I make these requests? O Radha, O Krishna, dark like a monsoon cloud. Your transcendental qualities and your sweetness make me talk in this way. Text 44 By your mercy I have attained this holy abode of Vrindavana. By the same mercy please fulfill my desires. O my king and queen, please be merciful to me, so I may be accepted among your gopi friends and I may serve you both in the forest groves at every moment. Text 45 O Radha, O Krishna, by the power of your mercy may anyone who, on the pretext of repeatedly reading aloud this Karpanya Papijika, thirsts to attain the nectar rasas of Vraja, attain the fulfillment of his desires. Text 46. Placing her head at the glorious feet of Sri Rapa Mafihari, Kamala Manajari expresses her desires. By gazing at the divine couple's pastimes in the Vraja forest of Sti Godruma, may her thirst to taste the nectar of the rasas be satisfied. Part 3 Soka Satana Dispelling Grief Song, Text 1 In the early evening, as there was an auspicious sound of Lord Krishna's holy names, the golden jewel of Lord Chaitanya danced in many ways in Srivasa's secluded courtyard. Text 2. There was a great sound of murdangas, madalas, and karatalas. There were calls of Jayatu, victory. As they gazed at the Lord's dancing, everyone felt their sufferings flee far away. Text 3 Wild with love, and forgetting their own selves, at every moment the devotees sang and danced, surrounding Lord Chaitanya. Text 4 Touched by fate, at that moment Srivasa's son died of a disease in an inner room of the house. The women loudly grieved for him. Text 5. Weeping arose. Bhaktivinoda fears the rasa of Kirtana will break. Srivasa knew the reason for the weeping. He entered his house. Song 2 Text 1 Entering the inner rooms of the house, Srivasa pacified the women with words sweet like nectar. He said, O foolish women, you grieve without reason. How can grief stay where people are wrapped in thinking of Lord Krishna? Text 2 She who has Krishna as her eternal son will never grieve. She who becomes attached to a son that is not eternal will lose everything. You have all come to this world of birth and death to worship Lord Krishna. Please find your happiness in eternal Krishna. Text 3 As long as you stay in this body, please place your love in Lord Krishna. Please think of Lord Krishna as your wealth, your kinsman, and your life. Please tell your hearts that ties with husband, sons, brothers, kinsmen, and everything in relation to the material body are all temporary. Text 4 Any woman who wishes to always keep her temporary relationship with husband or son will find that she cannot. When his karma's fruit is ripe, the son will perish. Even if the son sits on her lap, she has no power to protect him. Text 5. Thinking happiness and suffering come from material relationships, the soul falls far from Lord Krishna's feet, falls into a lower life. Therefore, please stop your grief. Dive into the bliss of the holy name. All these words fulfill the desires of Bhaktivinoda. Song 3 Text 1 You have already placed your wealth, followers, bodies, and home before Lord Krishna's feet. Please remember this in your pure hearts. Text 2 Why do you lament, O my son? Lord Krishna has happily taken back his devotee. Text 3 All that happens by Lord Krishna's will. Ignorance of this creates the idea that some situations are happy and others painful. Text 4 Please know that whatever Lord Krishna wishes is good. Turning from your own wishes, put an end to all this grieving. Text 5 Krishna gives. Krishna takes away. Krishna protects everyone. Krishna rescues. Krishna kills. Krishna does what he wishes. Text 6 She whose desire goes against Krishna's desire finds her desire not fulfilled. She attains only suffering. Text 7 Renouncing all else, simply hear Lord Krishna's holy name. Then you will be blissful and all your desires will be fulfilled. Text 8 At Srivasa's feet Bhaktivinoda begs for the power to surrender to Lord Krishna in life or in death. Song 4 Text 1 Everyone meet and consider this boy's fate. Turn away from bewilderment, grief, and unhappy hearts. Text 2 Nanda's son, who is the master of the 14 worlds, has descended to this world in Nadia. Now he enjoys pastimes as Sachi's son. Text 3 Overcome with bliss, he who is the moon of Gokula now dances in my courtyard with the devotees. Text 4 Listening to the holy names, and overcome with love for Lord Krishna, my boy left his body. Text 5 If that happened to us we would cross to the farther shore of the ocean of birth and death. Text 6 Everyone please consider, why do you grieve with unhappy hearts? Text 7 If you do not become peaceful from this advice, at the end you will be cheated of the sweetest nectar. Text 8 That will make me drown myself in the Ganga. Bhaktivinoda watches all this trouble. Song 5 Text 1 Hearing Srivasa's words, the saintly women devoted to their husbands turned away from grief. Guarding the dead boy, they kept their hearts in the nectar of Lord Krishna. Text 2 Wild with bliss, Srivasa returned to the courtyard. Forgetting everything, he sang Lord Krishna's glories and danced with Lord Chaitanya. Text 3 An hour and a half into the night the boy had died, but in the courtyard no one knew. 9 hours of the night passed and everyone still sang the auspicious glories of the holy name. Text 4 The Kirtana broke. Lord Chaitanya said, Why do you feel sad? No, an inauspicious event in this house robbed my joy. Text 5 The devotees explained everything. Hearing about Srivasa's son, Lord Chaitanya said, Alas! Alas! This pains my heart. Text 6 Why did you not tell me then of this calamity? Bhaktivinoda is plunged into love for Lord Chaitanya, who dearly loves his devotees. Song 6 Text 1 Hearing the Lord's words, Srivasa fell to the ground and said, O Lord, please hear. I cannot bear to break your tasting the rasas, mellows of ecstatic love. Text 2 O Lord, why should I be unhappy that one of my sons has died? Even if all of them die, I will be happy simply by seeing you. Text 3 To break your dancing is for me worse than death. Fearing that calamity, I did not give you the bad news. Text 4 Give the order, and we will perform the cremation ceremony of the dead boy. Hearing all this, Lord Chaitanya, the jewel of the Brahmanas, wept. Text 5 Lord Chaitanya said, How can I ever leave you all? If I did, my life would become devastated. Hearing these words, Bhaktivinoda feels fear in his heart. Song 7 Text 1 On Lord Chaitanya's order, the people of the house at once brought the dead son into the courtyard. Text 2 Then Lord Chaitanya, the purifier of the Kali Yuga, asked, Child, why did you leave Srivasa and go away? Text 3 Speaking through the dead boy's mouth, the spirit soul said, Lord, you act to teach the world. Text 4 You are the limitless, non-dual supreme truth. Your spiritual potency is not different from you. Text 5 Your spiritual potency manifests in 3 ways. By your wish it helps with your pastimes. Text 6 Your spiritual potency manifests your eternal pastimes. Becoming your Haladini Sakti, pleasure potency, your spiritual potency gives you bliss. Text 7 Becoming the Jiva Sakti, potency of individual souls, your spiritual potency manifests the multitude of individual souls, who are tiny particles of spiritual effulgence on the border, Tadastha, of matter and spirit. Text 8 Becoming the Maya Sakti, material potency, your spiritual potency creates the material world, where she imprisons the rebellious souls who have turned their faces away from you. Text 9 Bhaktivinoda says, Because of my offenses, turned my face away from Lord Krishna. That is why I was devoured by the material potency. Song 8 Text 1 You are filled with perfect spiritual bliss. I am a particle of your spiritual effulgence. I am naturally your servant. You are supremely independent. I am dependent on you. Turning away from your feet, I found all I had was destroyed. Text 2 When I became independent of you, I felt my heart become attracted to Maya. Renouncing my original nature, I fell into Maya's prison in the world of 5 elements. Bewildered by material activities, was forced to move on the wheel of karma. Text 3 By your will Maya placed me in the prison of this world. Bound by the iron shackles of unseen fate, I was carried to Srivasa's house and placed in Malini's womb as her son. Text 4 Pulled by fate, I now must leave. I have no power to stay. Your will is very powerful. My will is very weak. I am only an individual soul. I have nothing. I am worthless like a pile of ashes. Text 5 Wherever you send me, I must go to become someone's son, husband, or father. All those relationships are material. There is not the smallest fragment of the eternal spiritual reality in them. You alone are the soul's eternal protector. Text 6 O Lord, a person who, in his heart thinking contact and separation with his kinsman is the source of true happiness and suffering, turns away from the shelter of your feet, is truly Maya's donkey. He is truly drowning in the world of birth and death. All this brings fear to Bhaktivinoda. Song 9. Text 1 From the day Maya imprisoned me I have been bound with shackles of ignorance and illusion. Many births I have passed in Maya's prison. Text 2 I have been a demigod, demon, human, animal, bird, insect, and worm. I have lived in Svarga, earth, and hell. I have been obsessed with desires for temporary things. Text 3 By the power of what pious deeds was I able to take birth as Srivasa's son in holy Nadia and both see and touch your feet, O Lord? I do not know. Text 4 At every death I suffered greatly. But this death, by your touch, was very happy. Text 5 If by your wish I must take birth again, I pray that I may have love and devotion for your feet. Text 6 Then the boy became silent. Seeing Lord Chaitanya's pastimes, Srivasa's family turned away from grief and became plunged into bliss. Text 7 Bhaktivinoda begs Srivasa, may I pass this life drinking and drinking from the flood of nectar that is Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. Song 10 Text 1 To Srivasa Lord Chaitanya said, You are my servant. Bound by love for you, I came to this world. Text 2 Inches Srivasa Pandita is the commander-in-chief of the army of devotees. With these words the whole world praises you. Text 3 You are never shackled by Maya, the warden of the prison that is this material world. This the people of the world see. Text 4 To me you offer your wealth, followers, body, and home. By serving me you are happy. Text 5 To help my pastimes you came to this world of birth and death. You ideal conduct teaches the grasthas. Text 6 Tam shackled by your love for me. Thinking Nityananda and me to be your sons, you enjoy transcendental bliss. Text 7 We are your true sons eternally, for you are not attached to your temporary sons, to their birth or death. Text 8 Because of your devotion to me, for many days I have been in debt to you. You are so saintly you have forgiven my debt. Text 9 Speaking words choked with emotion, wicked Bhaktivinoda approaches Srivasa and begs to attain Lord Chaitanya's feet. Song 11 Text 1 Seeing Lord Chaitanya's mercy to Srivasa, again and again everyone danced and called out Jaya Shri Chaitanya. Jaya Nityananda. Text 2 What kind of ecstatic love suddenly came in Srivasa's home? How can anyone properly describe it? There was a great battle of conflicting emotions. Joyful weeping filled with ecstatic love for Lord Krishna became manifest. Text 3 Falling before the Lord's feet, the 4 brothers rolled on the ground. Weeping, and overcome with ecstatic love, with voices breaking with emotion they said. Text 4 O Master of our lives, we pray that calamities like this may every day come to us, for then our attachment to your feet will grow stronger and stronger. Text 5 Whether it brings calamity or good fortune, any day when we remember you is a good day. O Lord Krishna, any day when we do not remember you is a true calamity. Text 6 Falling at the feet of Srivasa's family, Bhaktivinoda says, Please convince your Lord Chaitanya to place his merciful glance on this unfortunate person. Song 12 Text 1 Then Lord Chaitanya, who dearly loves his devotees, personally carried the dead boy. Accompanied by the devotees, he sang the auspicious holy names. Text 2 Singing, they came to the Ganga's bank. In the Ganga's water the last rites were performed for the boy. Text 3 Goddess Ganga said, "My good fortune has no end. The vows I performed in the past have now borne their fruit." Text 4. Lord Chaitanya placed the dead boy in the Ganga's water. Holding the dead boy, Goddess Ganga rose from the water. Text 5 Emerging from the water, the goddess touched Lord Chaitanya's feet. Holding the boy, she trembled with ecstatic love. Text 6 Seeing Goddess Ganga's ecstatic love, the devotees made an auspicious sound of the holy names moment after moment. Text 7 Arriving from Svargaloka, the demigods showered flowers. The sky was filled with their celestial airplanes. Text 8 Everyone was plunged in different kinds of ecstatic love. After observing the funeral, everyone bathed. Text 9 They all very joyfully returned to their homes. Bhaktivinoda is now plunged in the ecstasy of love for Lord Chaitanya. Song 13 Text 1 Please drink in the nectar of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes in the towns of Nadia. In this way please become free of fear and peaceful at heart. Text 2 O my brothers, Lord Krishna is the only nectar in this impermanent world of birth and death. Please follow Lord Chaitanya's instructions and worship Lord Krishna at every moment. Text 3 A person who grasps Lord Chaitanya's feet and worships Sri Sri Radha Krishna in Vraja is very fortunate. He is my very life. Text 4 Lord Chaitanya is not different from Sri Sri Radha Krishna, and Lord Chaitanya's abode is not different from Vrindavana. Understand this nectar truth and you will attain an eternal treasure. Text 5 I have neither intelligence nor learning. I am poor. I have nothing. Lamb worthless like a pile of ashes. I have no knowledge, pious deeds, or good conduct. Text 6 The Vaisnava spiritual masters have given me the name Bhaktivinoda. But because I have no true devotion, for me this name is only a disease. Text 7 To cure myself of this disease, I take shelter of the Vaisnavas's feet. Text 8 Placing on his head the dust of the Vaisnava feet, Bhaktivinoda sings this Soka Satana. Part 4 Rapanuga Bhajana Darpana A mirror held to the devotional service of Rupa Goswami's followers Song 1 Text 1 Bowing down before the feet of my spiritual master, Lord Chaitanya, the youthful divine couple in Vraja, and the people who reside in Vraja, with a heart blossoming with joy Bhaktivinoda speaks this Rapanuga Bhajana Darpana, a mirror held to the devotional service of Rapa Goswami's followers, Song 2 Text 1. By the power of good fortune it attained after many births, a soul may in his heart yearn after the spiritual Madhura Rasa. When this yearning becomes intense, the soul enters the holy abode of Vraja and becomes passionately attached to the devotional service practiced by the followers of Srila Rupa Goswami. Text 2 Srila Rapa Goswami taught the best kind of devotional service. Anyone who, not understanding this kind of devotional service, tries to worship Lord Krishna, passes his life performing only petty and unimportant activities. Text 3 To teach this kind of devotional service, a poor person has written this Bhajana Darpana. Anyone who yearns to worship Sri Sri Radha Krishna in Vraja should happily hear this book. Text 4 If the desire for it takes birth within me, I will quickly make advancement. Then faith, attraction, and spiritual love will come, one after the other. When I am truly attracted to devotional service, will no longer see the rules and regulations of sadhana bhakti. Those rules are meant for beginners. Text 5 Love for her children naturally stays in a mother's heart, but a wicked heart may need to learn that love. In the same way, an eternally liberated soul naturally possesses very wonderful love for Lord Krishna, but that love, O my brothers, is not visible in the conditioned souls. Text 6. If the soul follows the rules and regulations of devotional service, he will attain wonderful attraction to the Lord. When that attraction awakens in the heart, the soul's material bondage breaks. Then the soul dances in the bliss of Vraja. Song 3 Text 1 Yoga and yagyas are worthless like piles of ashes. Faith is the best offal. A person who in his heart has faith attains at first a single drop of nectar. Then gradually he becomes qualified to enter the nectar ocean of devotional service. Text 2. With many efforts worshipping the demigods and goddesses with karma and jnana, one attains only worthless pathetic results and worthless and pathetic impersonal ideas. But if one stays among the devotees and hears about Lord Krishna, one attains powerful faith in the Lord. Text 3 O my brothers, this is true faith. Of this faith I always sing. This faith is the seed that grows into the flowering vine of devotional service. The karmis and jnanas talk again and again about faith. But their faith is not like this faith. Text 4 When I hear them dispute the glories of the holy name, my limbs burn with flames. If you say an iron thing is made of gold, the iron will remain iron. If it is not touched by a Cintamani jewel, the iron will never become gold. Text 5. Devotional service to Lord Krishna is a Cintamani jewel. By its touch the iron that is faith in karma and jnana becomes transformed into the gold that is faith in devotional service. Only the Cintamani jewel of devotional service has that power. Song 4 Krishna Bhakti Devotional Service to Lord Krishna. Text 1 Uttama Bhakti, or unalloyed devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sti Krishna, involves the rendering of devotional service in a way that is favorable to the Lord. This devotional service should be free from any extraneous motive and devoid of fruitive karma, impersonal jnana, and all other selfish desires. After studying all the scriptures of e-devotion, Srila Rapa Goswami came to this conclusion. Text 2 Hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, paraphernalia, and pastimes of Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship with 16 types of paraphernalia, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, considering the Lord one's best friend, and surrendering everything unto him, in other words, serving him with the body, mind, and words, * are the limbs of Sahana Bhakti, devotional service in practice. Staying in the company of devotees, the aspiring devotee, sahaka, delights in them. Text 3 By the power of sadhana bhakti, devotional service in practice, one attains bhava bhakti, devotional service in ecstasy, and then prema bhakti, devotional service in pure love of God. Then the soul worships Lord Krishna with love. Then the soul dives into the nectar of devotion to Lord Krishna. Srila Rapa Goswami teaches the truth of this nectar. Song 5. Srada Dvivida, Ada Eva Sadhana Bhakti Odwi Bida. Two kinds of faith, and therefore two kinds of devotional service in practice. Sadhana Bhakti, Text 1 The goddess of faith, Srada Devi, has two natures, faith rooted in rules and regulations and faith rooted in spontaneous attraction. When the soul follows the scripture's teachings, faith arises. The Vedas call this kind of faith Vedi s Radha, faith by following the rules and regulations of the scriptures. Text 2 Seeing how the residents of Braja purely serve Lord Krishna, the devotee finds faith arise within him. By great good fortune the aspiring devotee attains faith that is eager, spiritual, pure, and filled with spontaneous love. Text 3. According to differences of faith, there are different kinds of devotional service. The four Vedas say Vedi and Raganuga are the two kinds of devotional service. By practicing sadhana one eventually attains perfection. This the scriptures of devotion describe. Text 4 Vedi Bhakti is very slow and Raganuga Bhakti is very swifty. Following it, one swiftly comes to the rasas. By following the path of raga one attains rusi, attachment, in his heart. The followers of Srila Rapa Goswami follow this path. Song 6 Prakrita Rasa Tattva Janera Avasyakata. One must understand both material and spiritual mellows. Text 1. One who wishes to understand the truth of Srila Rupa Goswami's teachings must understand the rasas. The spiritual blissful rasas control all else. They are the great treasure of the supreme truth. Text 2 Not understanding the heart of the Vedas, the impersonalists search for the impersonal Brahman, which is the effulgence of the rasas. Yearning to find the shadow of the rasas, the yogis practice yoga. Tricked into thinking they will find what is really in the rasas, the karmis perform karma. Text 3 Vibhava, Anubhava, Sattvika Bhava, and Sapakari Bhava become beautiful when they meet in Sthayi Bhava. In Sthayi Bhava is the highest, eternal, most relishable spiritual bliss. Text 4 The material rasas described in material poetry are not spiritual or eternal. They are not eternal. They are like reflections in a mirror or mirages in a desert. Song 7 Sthayi Babai Rasara Kala The mellows of Sthayi Bhava. Text 1 He whose heart is the reservoir of rasas, the jewel mine of rasas, experiences in his heart first faith sraddha, and then, one after the other, steadiness nistha, attraction rusi, and attachment asakti. In this way he attains ecstatic love, which is called by the name Radhi. Text 2 Manifesting its dominion over all favorable aviruddha and unfavorable aviruddha bhavas, the beautiful rasa known as Sthayi Bhava is the master of all bhavas. Text 3 The rasas are of two kinds, direct and indirect. 5 are direct and 7 are indirect. The primary rasas are santa, neutrality, dasya, servitude, sakya, friendship, vatsalya, paternal love, and madhura, conjugal love. Text 4. The 7 indirect rasas, which are all beautiful and all filled with devotion to Lord Krishna, are Hasya, otter; Adbhuta, astonishment; Veera, chivalry; Karuna, compassion; Raudra, anger; Bhayanika, dread; and Bibhatsa, ghastliness. Song 8. Madhura Rasai Sarva Srestha Rasa. Madhura Rasa is the best mellow. Text 1. The soul becomes attracted to one of the 5 direct rasas. The 7 indirect rasas follow that primary rasa. Text 2. O my brothers, now I will sing the glories of Madhura Rasa. I say it is the best of all, the king of all rasas. The virtues of the other rasas are present in Madhura Rasa. It is powerful with their powers. Text 3. The indirect rasas sweeten Madhura Rasa. Srila Rupa Goswami's followers are naturally attached to Madhura Rasa. Text 4. Madhura Rasa is glorious and sweet. Lord Krishna is always under its dominion. In it Lord Krishna's opulence is hidden and his sweetness gloriously manifest. In it the devotees are the lovers and the prince of Vraja, Lord Krishna, is the object of their love. Song 9. Madhura Ratira Abhirbhava Hita. The cause of Madhura Rasa's appearance. Texts 1 and 2. Abhiyoga, joking complaints; Visoya, perception of Krishna through the senses; Sambandha, things in relation to Krishna; Abhimana, pride; Tadiya Visesa, Krishna's unique possessions; Upamana, poetic comparison of Krishna to other things; and Svabhava, spontaneous love, appear in the heart and nourish the sentiment of Madhura Rasa. However, the goddesses of Vraja, the gopis, do not see any need for the 6 items that begin with Abhiyoga. Text 3. Although it may be helped by Sambandha and other things, the gopis' love is perfect and independent. It is always manifest. The gopis never do anything but service to Krishna. They never strive for their own happiness. Text 4. When this love matures to its highest state it become Mahabhava, which has no equal, is the greatest wonder of all wonders, and makes one yearn to please Lord Krishna. I have no power to describe this state with mere words. Song 10. Madhura Rati Rupa Sthayi Babara Unati Krama. Stages of development in Madhura Rasa. Sthayi Bhava, constitutional or existential ecstasy. Text 1. Madhura Rasa Sthayi Bhava has 7 stages, which are prema, pure love; sneha, affection; mana, jealous anger; pranaya, attachment; raga, passion; anuraga, devotion; and bhava, ecstatic love. Text 2. The 6 items beginning with sneha are collectively known by the name prema. Lord Krishna reciprocates his devotees' love. In this way the confidential rasas are manifest eternally. Text 3. Seated on the throne of the devotee's heart, Sthayi Bhava rules as the king of all bhavas. Pure devotional service and the spiritual pleasure potency, Haladini, are then manifested in that bhava. Text 4. The rasas and the bhavas beginning with vibhava, which are all eternal, blissful, eternally perfect, and sublime are then manifest in the spirit soul's heart. Song 11. Vibhava. Special symptoms or causes of ecstasy. Text 1. The causes of relishing rasa are called vibhava, which is divided into alambana, primary causes of love, and udipana, secondary causes of love. The lover is the devotee and the beloved is Lord Krishna. Text 2. Lord Krishna is the crest jewel of heroes. He is decorated with the jewels of transcendental qualities. He is the eternal abode of all transcendental qualities. He is greater than the greatest. Of the devotees who love him, and who are also glorious with transcendental qualities, some are perfect siddha, and others are aspiring for perfection, sadhaka. Text 3. The things that stimulate ecstatic love are called udapanas. These are things that have a relationship with Lord Krishna. They include Krishna's smile, bodily fragrance, buffalo horn bugle, flute, conch shell, abode, bumblebees, footprints, and tinkling ankle bells. Text 4. Tulasi, the signs of devotional service, and seeing the devotees are also included among the udapanas, which cause one to relish the nectar of devotional service. This was taught by Srila Rapa Goswami and Srila Sanatana Goswami. Song 12. Madhura Ras Alambana Rupa Vibhava. Primary causes of ecstatic love in Madhura Rasa. Text 1. The great treasure that is Lord Krishna and his many beloveds are the alambana, primary causes, of Madhura Rasa. The gopis are the lovers and Lord Krishna is the only beloved in the gopis' hearts. Text 2. But Lord Krishna is also the lover and the gopis are the beloveds in Krishna's heart. Thus, in Sthayi Bhava, Krishna and the gopis are both lovers and beloveds. Without Sthayi Bhava this exchange of love cannot take place. Text 3. For the rasas to be manifest in Vibhava, the alambanas are necessary. In Vraja the Alambanas are first Lord Krishna, who is the master of Radha and the Gopis' beloved, the taster of the nectar of transcendental mellows, and more charming and enchanting than Kamadeva, and second the Gopis, who are the girls of Vraja. Text 4. In this way Lord Krishna tastes the eternal blissful nectar of Svakya and Parakaya rasa. The very fortunate souls who become with him the Alambana in this situation also taste the sweet nectar of this rasa. Song 13 Nayaka Siramani Shri Krishna Guna. The transcendental qualities of Shri Krishna, the crest jewel of heroes. Text 1. Lord Krishna has a sweet smile. He has the most beautiful transcendental body. That body possesses all good features. His body is powerful, strong, and youthful. He is grave, expert in speaking, a very pleasing speaker, very wise, a genius, very expert in artistic enjoyment, highly cunning, very happy, and calm. Text 2. He is grateful, simple and liberal, most dear, the supreme, famous, attractive to the minds of women, playful, always fresh and youthful. His personal beauty and opulence are beyond compare. He is expert at playing the flute. He is the supreme. Text 3. He is Dhirodada, grace and gentle, Dhira Prasanta, peaceful and forbearing, Sadhira, grave and wise, Dhira Lalita, expert in joking, Lalita, charming, Kanta. Handsome, Dhirodada, proud and restless, a hero to women, surrounded by Sedika and Vita servants, served by witty jesting friends, Vidisakas, and served by Pitha Marta, and Priya Narma Saka friends. Text 4. With the help of these 5 kinds of servants and friends he enjoys many pastimes. He also enjoys other pastimes as a husband or a paramour. He is friendly, a rascal, arrogant, and clever. He thirsts to taste the nectar of the rasas. His form is nectar personified. He enjoys pastimes in the groves of the forests. Song 14 Tadiya Vallabha Guna. The transcendental qualities of his Gopi beloveds. Text 1. Lord Krishna's Gopi beloveds are decorated with great beauty and a host of other virtues appropriate for beautiful young girls. They have great sweetness, great love, and great good fortune. They are flooded with the nectar of the rasas. Text 2. Lord Krishna's beloveds are of 2 kinds, Svakya and Parakaya. These beloveds are also of 3 kinds, Mugdha, sweet and gentle, Madhya, intermediate, and Pragalbha, shrewish. Some are heroines and others, not wishing to be heroines themselves, are friends of a certain heroine. Text 3. Of all the heroines, Radha and Kandravali are the 2 most prominent. They are both abodes of great beauty, intelligence, and a host of transcendental qualities. Of them Radha is the best. She is the most dear to Lord Krishna. She is the abode of Maha Bhava ecstatic love. Text 4. Forming into different groups, the gopis serve one of these 2 heroines. Srila Rapa Goswami's followers know no treasure but Sri Radha's feet. Song 15 Naika Ganera Asta Avastha Siva 8 situations of the heroines. Text 1-1. Abhisarika, thinking, I will serve Krishna, she leaves home and goes to the forest. 2. Visakha Saja, she decorates the forest grove. 3. Utkantita, she eagerly watches for Krishna to come on the path. Text 2. 4. Kandita, on the body of late arriving Krishna she sees the marks of his having enjoyed with another gopi. 5. Vipralabdha, she goes to the place of rendezvous, but Krishna never comes. Text 3-6. Kalahantarita, sending Krishna away in a jealous argument, she becomes very unhappy. 7. Prosita Bhartarka, her beloved Krishna goes to Mathura and does not return even after many days. She suffers greatly. Text 4-8. Svadina Bhartarka, dominating her beloved, she includes him in her pastimes. These 8 states of being are experienced only by the heroines. In these ways they enjoy pastimes with him directly and they also suffer in separation from him. Song 16 Pradhana Naika Srimati Radhakara Saki Varnana. Description of the friends of Sri Radha, the most important heroine. Text 1 Queen Radha in Vraja is the crest jewel of all heroines. The first 4 kinds of her 5 kinds of friends are 1. Saki, friends, 2. Nitya Saki, eternal friends, 3. Prana Saki, life friends, 4. Priya Saki, dear friends. Text 2 The 5th kind of friends are the Parama Prestha Sakis, most dear friends. They are the best of the friends. Please hear, and I will describe all these kinds of friends. Kusumika, Bindhidavati, Dhanistha, and many others are counted among the Sakis. They are all saintly girls in Vraja. Text 3. Radha's Nitya Sakis include Dalar Ripa, Radhi, Kasturi, Srt Guna, and Manamapihari. Radha's Prana Sakis include Vasanti and Naika. Of them Sasamukhi is the most imprudent. Text 4. The Priya Sakis include Kurangak-si, Manjukeshi, Sumadhya, Madanalasi, Kamala, Madhuri, Kamalata, Kandarpasundari, Madhavi, Malati, and Sasikala. They are all devoted to serving Sri Radha. Text 5. Lalita, Visakha, Citra, Tungavidya, Kampalata, Indulekha, Ranga Devi, and Sudevi are the 8 Parama Prestha Sakis. With one heart they serve Sri Radha Krishna. Song 17. Sakira Sadharana Siva Service of the Sakis in General. Text 1-1. Signing Sri Radha Krishna's glories. 2. Making Sri Radha Krishna more attached to each other. 3. Arranging for the divine couple to meet in a secret place. 4. Placing their friends before Lord Krishna. 5. Speaking delicious joking words. 6. Dressing and decorating the divine couple. Text 2-7. Revealing to the divine couple the love they bear for each other in their hearts. 8. Concealing divine couple's faults. 9. Tricking hostile people. 10. Giving auspicious instructions. 11. Arranging the divine couple's meeting. 12. Fanning the divine couple and performing other like services. Text 3. 13. Meditating on the divine couple. 14. Giving gifts to atone for mistakes. 15. Carrying the divine couple's letters to each other. And 16. Expertly saving Radha's life when she is in distress or danger are the duties performed by the Sakis in general. Text 4. The Sakis' particular service will be revealed in the appropriate situation. The followers of Srila Rupa Goswami follow the service of a particular Saki. TV meditate on following that service. Song 18. Text 1. Of the 5 kinds of Sri Radha's Saki friends, the last 4 are eternally perfect and never performed sadhana. The first kind, called simply Saki, attained residence in the town of Braja's king by the power of their sadhana. Text 2. These Sakis are of 2 kinds. 1. They who are perfect and remain performing sadhana, and 2. They who are beyond sadhana. These Sakis are called Siddha perfect. Attaining Gopas' bodies, they worship the divine couple with great love. Text 3. Many great sages and personified Upanishads did not attain Gopi forms. Although they worshipped with great sadhana, they did not attain the final perfection of entering the wonderful world of Braja. Text 4. Still, by intense devotional service many great sages and personified Vedas became Gopis. They grasped the feet of a Nitya Saki, and by the power of that Nitya Saki's mercy they attained Salokya Mukti. Thus they attained direct service to Sri Sti Radha Krishna. Text 5. In this way many demi-goddesses attained the world of the Sakis, became Sakis themselves, and directly served Lord Krishna. Without the mercy of a Gopi in Braja no one can attain the youthful divine couple. Song 19. Sarva Sakira Paraspara Bhava. The relationships of all the Sakis. Text 1. The Vedas say Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his transcendental potency is the Queen of Vrindavana forest. To serve the master of all potencies, the transcendental potency manifests many other potencies from her own form. Text 2. Thus the Sandhini potency manifests the various worlds, the Sambhit potency manifests knowledge and the individual spirit souls who stand on the border of matter and spirit, and the Haladini potency manifests the Gopis. Text 3. The eternally perfect Gopis, Sakis, are all manifested from the Haladini potency. The root of the Haladini potency is Sri Radha. Kandravali and the other Gopis are all followers of Sri Radha. No one can place any obstacle before Sri Radha's love for Lord Krishna. Text 4. The way of spiritual love is wonderful. Although she seems to be a rival, Kandravali nourishes Radha's love for Lord Krishna. Although they are different persons in different forms, with a single heart the Gopis please the youthful divine couple of Braja. Song 20. Vraja Gata Madhura Rati Udipana. The Udipanas, secondary causes of ecstatic love, in Madhura Rasa in Vraja. Text 1. They who know the rasas say that Lord Krishna's qualities, names, pastimes, and decorations, other things in relationship to Krishna, and various natural phenomena are among the numberless Udipanas that increase the devotee's love for Lord Krishna. Text 2. Lord Krishna's qualities of 3 kinds, those of his mind, words, and body. Lord Krishna has many names, such as Krishna and Sri Radha Madhava. Lord Krishna's pastimes include his dancing, playing the flute, milking the cows, calling the cows by name, delivering the demon Aghasura, and enthusiastically dancing with the gopas in the cow pastures. Text 3. Lord Krishna's decorations are of 4 kinds, his flower garlands, scented ointments, garments, and ornaments. Other things in relationship with Krishna include the music of his flute, buffalo horn bugle, and veena, his expert singing, sweet bodily fragrance, anklets, playing musical instruments. Text 4 Peacock feather, cows, stick, flute, buffalo horn bugle, loving glances, mineral pigments from the hills, remnants of flower garlands, dust raised by the cows, Vrindavana, the holy places in Vrindavana, the pastime places, such as Govardhana Hill, the Yamuna, and the Rasa dance arena. Text 5 The birds, bees, deer, other animals, forest groves, tulasi, flowering vines, karnakara trees, kadamba trees, other trees, and all the glories of Vrindavana are things in relationship with Lord Krishna. These udapanas make the rasas very beautiful. Text 6 Natural phenomena also become udapanas. Thus the moonlight, clouds, lightning, the autumn full moon, fragrant breezes, and birds also kindly increase the taste of the nectar rasas. Song 21 Anubhava Subsequent Ecstasy Text 1 From Bhabava, Anubhava, subsequent ecstasy, is manifest. Then the love in the heart is outwardly displayed in various symptoms. Text 2. These symptoms are dancing, singing very loudly, rolling on the ground, stretching the body, crying loudly, yawning, breathing very heavily, neglecting the presence of others, drooling, laughing very, very loudly, wheeling the head, and belching. Text 3 There are also 20 ecstatic symptoms that are ornaments on the body and mind. Of these the symptoms called Udvisvara include untying the braids, smelling flowers, and untying the belt. Text 4 Vilapa, Alapa, Samlapa, Pralapa, Analapa, Apalapa, Sandesa, Adidesa, Apadesa, Upadesa, Nirdesa, and Bhayapadesa are the Anubhava ecstatic symptoms manifested in speech. Song 22 Sattvika Bhava Constitutional or Existential Ecstasy Text 1 When Sthayi Bhava enters, the heart attains a great treasure of bhava. This extraordinary bhava affects the life air, which then manifests ecstatic symptoms on the body. Text 2 The 8 ecstatic symptoms of Sthayi Bhava are becoming stunned, perspiring, standing of the hairs on the body, faltering of the voice, trembling of the body, changing of bodily colors, shedding of tears, and devastation. The ecstatic symptoms of Saffakari Bhava include happiness, doubt, apprehension, and lamentation. Text 3. According to the activities, rasa, and time of pastimes, these ecstatic symptoms may be manifest, moment after moment, in 4 conditions, Dimayita, smoky, Ujj Valita, blazing, Dipta, shining, and Siddipta, very brilliantly shining. Text 4 A person who is qualified will manifest these Sattvika Bhava ecstasies. The Suddipta, very brilliantly shining, ecstatic symptoms are easily seen only when the state of Maha Bhava is manifested. Song 23 Vubhikari Va Saikari Bhava Aggressive Ecstasy Text 1. There are some bodily symptoms that express overwhelming ecstatic love, Vubhikari Bhava. They are counted at 33 as follows: disappointment, lamentation, humility, guilt, fatigue, intoxication, pride, doubt, apprehension, intense emotion, madness, forgetfulness, disease, confusion, death, laziness, inertness, bashfulness, concealment, remembrance. Text 2 Argumentativeness, anxiety, thoughtfulness, endurance, happiness, eagerness, violence, haughtiness, envy, impudence, dizziness, sleepiness, and inertness. Text 3 Violence and laziness do not touch the peerless Madhura Rasa. However, all the other Sthayi Bhavas are all delightfully present, when the circumstances are appropriate, in Madhura Rasa. Text 4 These ecstatic emotions are like waves in the ocean of Sthayi Bhava. Quickly fulfilling their mission, they fill the ocean of Sthayi Bhava, and then they are nowhere to be seen. Song 24 Bhavavistha Prapta Sthayi Bhavara Uttara Dasa The final stage of Sthayi Bhava Text 1 Kubya and the Dvaraka queens are examples of Sadharani Sthayi Bhava and Samanihaza Sthayi Bhava respectively. Only the goddess of Vraja, the Gopis, attain Maha Bhava, which is divided into Rita, advanced, and Adirita, very advanced. Text 2 The ecstatic symptoms of Rita Maha Bhava are, Nimes D Sayata, inability to tolerate the eyes blinking, Hrn Methane Kina, churning of the heart, Kalpaksana, thinking a kalpa like a moment, Sakhi Sankakula, fear, while happy, of future sufferings, Atmavadi Vismarana, forgetting everything, even one's own self, and Ks Anna Kalpa Vivekana, thinking a moment like a kalpa. Text 3 Adirdita Maha Bhava is of 2 kinds, Modana, joy, and Madana, wild passion. Please hear of them. In separation from Krishna Modana becomes transformed into Mohana bewilderment. Then Divyanmada transcendental madness is manifest. Text 4. Divyanmada is of 2 kinds, Citra Jalpa wonderful talk and Uttarna agitation. Citra Jalpa is of many kinds. When the state of mohana, bewilderment, Sri Radha attains the state called madana, wild passion. These are the ecstasies of her eternal pastimes. Text 5. The Sadharani lovers like Kubya manifest ecstatic love that is dht maita, smoky. The Samayasa lovers, like the Dvaraka queens, manifest ecstatic love that is dipta, shining. The Samartha lovers, the gopis, in Radha Maha Baba manifest ecstatic love that is udipta, brilliantly shining. Sri Radha manifests ecstatic love that is siddhipta, very brilliantly shining, love that glistens like gold. In that love Modana and the other Babas are always manifest. Song 25. Sambhoga o Vipralamba Vede Dvi Vida Ujvala Rasara. Vipralamba, meeting and separation, are the two states in Ujvala Rasa. Separation. Text 1. Ujvala Rasa, the best of rasas, is naturally of two kinds, Vipralamba, separation, and Samboga, enjoyment together. The pleasure in Sambhoga is not properly appreciated without Vipralamba. That is Vipralamba's function. Text 2. Vipralamba is of four kinds, Purva Raga, preliminary attraction, Mana, seeming anger, Pravasa, separation by distance, and Vaichitya Jnana, apprehension. Purva Raga is love born from seeing or hearing of the beloved before the actual meeting. Text 3. In Mana the lovers voluntarily separate and will not see each other. This may be with reason, sahetu, or without reason, nirhetu. The anger manifested in Mana is a transformation of love. These are pastimes of love. Text 4. Sahetu Mana may be pacified by sweet words, witty jokes, worship, gifts, bowing down, or indifference. Nirhetu Mana may quickly be pacified by a beautiful place, the passing of time, or the sound of flute music. Text 5. Prema Vaichitya is manifested in the heart because of fear of separation from the beloved. When the beloved travels to another country, town, or forest, that is called pravasa separation. Song 26. Sambhoga meeting. Text 1. When, gazing at each other, embracing, and serving each other with love, the divine couple feed ecstatic joy, and when the personified deity of rasa becomes splendidly manifest in their hearts, that attainment is called Sambhoga. Text 2. Sambhoga is of two kinds, direct and indirect. These two kinds are again manifested in four ways, Sanksipta, brief, Sankarna, narrow, Sampanna, fortunate, and Samrdhiman, opulent. Text 3. Sanksipta Sambhoga occurs after Pir Viraga. Sankarna Sambhoga occurs after Mana. Sampanna Sambhoga occurs after a short journey, Pravasa. Samrdhiman Sambhoga occurs after a very long journey. Text 4. Sampanna Sambhoga is of two kinds, Agati, planned arrival, and Praturbhava, accidental appearance. In this way Sambhoga charms the heart. Avirbhava sometimes occurs in a dream. Then the Samabhoga is indirect. Song 27. Sambhogara Prakara. Different kinds of meeting. Text 1. The pastimes of Sambhoga include, seeing, touching, conversing, blocking the path, the rasa dance, the many pastimes in Vrindavana forest, playing in the Yamuna's waters, pastimes in a boat, pastimes of theft, pastimes at the boat dock, playing hide and seek in the forest. Text 2. Drinking nectar, Krishna's dressing like a girl, pretended sleep, gambling, tugging at garments, kissing, embracing, scratching, drinking the nectar of each other's bimba fruit lips, and lovers' union. I meditate on these pastimes. Text 3. All these kinds of Sambhoga bring a great festival of enjoyments. These pastimes are always very beautiful and wonderful. They are a great well that flows with the nectar of Ujvala Rasa. Anyone who yearns to attain these pastimes. Text 4. Spiritual pastimes that begin with Rati and increase until they reach Mahabhava, is very fortunate. Residing in Vraja, he always seeks to enter these pastimes. Song 28. Ujvala Rasas. Rita Lila pastimes in Ujvala Rasa. Text 1. The rasas are eternal. Vraja is eternal. Know that Krishna's pastimes and rasas are one. Lord Krishna is the rasas directly. Everything is under Lord Krishna's dominion. This the Vedas and Srimad Bhagavatam sing. Text 2. Lord Krishna is the supreme truth. His pastimes are in pure goodness. Maya is his maidservant who stays far away. Desiring the conditioned soul's welfare, and giving his mercy to them, Lord Krishna manifests his pastimes in this world. Text 3. Again and again searching for him, Brahma, Sesa, and Shiva have no power to understand him. He is the resting place of the impersonal Brahman. The Supersoul is a part of him. He is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. Text 4. Lord Krishna is filled with mercy. He is the root of all existence, the shelter of all. He is a jewel mine of limitless transcendental pastimes. Enjoying pastimes of pretending to be impersonal, he manifests the impersonal Brahman, which is the effulgence of his own bodily limbs. He possesses the jewels of all transcendental qualities. Text 5 Manifesting his form as the supersoul, how many pastimes does he enjoy with the conditioned souls who move on the wheel of karma? Manifesting the form of Vimana and other forms, how many hundreds of pastimes does he enjoy with the demigods in Devaloka? Text 6 In the spiritual sky he is Narayana. He protects his servants. He is the master of the demigods. He is the king of the kings of the kings. Lord Krishna is the shelter of everything. Still, in Vraja he pretends to be a human being and he enjoys human-like pastimes. Song 29 Vraja Lilara Sarva Sristata The pastimes in Vraja are the best of all. Text 1. Of all of Lord Krishna's pastimes, his human-like pastimes are the best. They are the abode of the rasas. These rasas are not present even in Goloka? Where will I find them, then? Please tell me. The land of Vraja is the place where they stay. Text 2 Lord Krishna's eternal pastimes are of two kinds, Santara, manifest at intervals, and Nirantara, always manifest. The Rasika devotees meditate on these pastimes. Lord Krishna's birth, growing up, killing the demons, and living in Mathura and Dvaraka are counted among his Santara eternal pastimes. Text 3. With great love Lord Krishna enjoys his Nirantara pastimes with the people of Vraja throughout the 8 periods of the day and night. These pastimes never stop. O my brothers, even Brahma, Shiva, and Sesa cannot see these eternal pastimes. Text 4 Throw jnana and yoga far away. With eyes of pure love gaze on these delightful pastimes, pastimes that are the devotee's life, pastimes that are the great treasure they keep. Part 5 Siddhi Lalasa Hankering for Perfection Song 1 Text 1. When, rejecting the happiness of this body, calling out, O Radha, O Krishna, and weeping, will I wander among the trees and vines in Lord Chaitanya's forest by the Ganga's bank? Text 2 Begging from the homes of the dog-eaters, I will eat. I bowing down before the residence of the Lord's holy abode, one will beg for a small particle of their mercy. I will wear an Abhidita's garments and anoint my body with dust from the Vaisnava's feet. Text 4 Will drink the Sarasvati's water. I will roll on the ground by the riverbank. I will make a great tumult of Krishna. Text 3. I will not see any difference between the residents of Vraja and those of Gaudaja. I will be transformed into a resident of Vraja. The true nature of the Lord's abode will appear before my eyes. I will become Sri Radha's maidservant. Song 2 Text 1 When, gazing and gazing, will I forget my material body? When will the spiritual, eternal, blissful beauty of Vrajapura stand before my eyes? Text 2. I will take birth in King Vrsabhanu's city. I will be married in Yuvadapura. I will be a Vraja Gopi. I will have no other identity. Text 3 When, by the power of Sri Radha's mercy, will attain my original spiritual form, my original name, my original garments, and my original love for Lord Krishna. Text 4 As I go to fetch water from the Yamuna, I will think of the divine couple's nectar pastimes. Overcome with ecstatic love, like a madwoman I will sing Sri Radha's glories. Song 3. When, seeing me like this, will Vilasa Mafihari and Ananga Mafihari kindly speak to me these, the best of words? Text 2 Friend, come. Come with us. We know that you belong in Lalita's group. Leaving behind all talk of your home and all fear of breaking the rules of morality, come and worship Radha and Krishna. Text 3 Hearing these sweet words, this person will take shelter of these two Gopas' graceful feet. Then they will mercifully take me to Lalita's place. Text 4. Beautiful Lalita will then make me her maidservant. Aware that, yearn to serve her, she will give me a home in a cottage in her forest grove. Song 4 Text 1 When, accepting me as her maidservant to be protected by her, will beautiful Lalita place me before Sri Radha's feet and command me to serve her? Text 2 When will Sri Rapa Mafihari teach me about rasas and service? When, now become her follower, will I with a joyful heart stay with her by the shore of Radha Kunda. Text 3 When at Sri Visakha's feet will I learn how to sing songs about Lord Krishna's nectar pastimes? When will Sri Radhi Manjari Ansri Rasa Manajari be merciful to me? Text 4 When we all happily gather at Sri Radha's feet? When will this highest perfection be? When will I attain the nectar of Sri Radha's feet? Song 5 Text 1. By the Sintamani shores of Radha Kunda are hundreds and hundreds of groves of coral trees and coral vines, all bending with many pearls. Text 2 In a beautiful cottage at beautiful Svananda Sukhada Kufiya I will sit and sing Lord Krishna's holy names. I will yearn to serve Lord Krishna. Text 3 Then the song of Lord Krishna's flute will enter this maidservant's ear. Hearing the song of Lord Krishna's flute, I will forget everything, I will become wild with bliss. Text 4. Radha, Radha, the flute will call. Hearing my queen's name, this startled maidservant will suddenly stand up. What will happen to her life then? Song 6 Text 1 Meditating on Sri Radha's feet, I will stay in a secluded cottage. Then Sri Rapamajvihari may slowly approach and speak to me. Text 2 She will say, "Oh friend, why do you sit down? Look outside. The peerlessly beautiful divine couple have come. Now you will be a maidservant at their feet." Text 3 Here is a great treasure. Here is the perfection of rasa. Here are the playful and glorious gopis of Vraja. The yogi's meditations and the impersonalist's speculations will never bring you to this. Text 4 O girl who yearns to serve Radha's feet, now you may directly see Sri Radha's midday pastimes. O fortunate beautiful girl, please carefully serve Sri Radha's feet. Song 7 Text 1 When will Sri Ripa Manajari take me to a secluded place and with sweet words describe the glories of Radha Kunda? Text 2 Beyond the 14 worlds is Vaikuntha, and beyond that is supremely glorious Mathura. Text 3 Within the circle of Mathura, the best place is Vrindavana forest, the place of the rasa dance pastime. Please hear my words. Text 4 Of the places of Krishna's pastimes Govardhana is superior and Radha Kunda is best. It is glorious with all potencies. Text 5 Hearing Radha Kunda's glories, and yearning to go there, I will suddenly fall unconscious. Text 6 When will I fervently pray at a Sakhi's feet? When will that Sakhi mercifully give me my proper place in the spiritual rasas? Song 8 Text 1 My color will be lightning, my garments a host of stars, my name Kamalamajijari, my age eternally 12.5 years, my home Svananda Sukhata. Text 2 My service will be preparing camphor. I will be among Lalita's followers. The queen of my group will be Radha. My queen's master will be Nanda's son. He will be the treasure of my life. Text 3 I yearn to serve the divine couple as Sri Ripa Mafihari and the other Mafiaris do. With great faith I will serve them in that way. Text 4 When will this maidservant attain this perfection? When, residing at Radhakunda, and forgetting my previous lives, will I serve Sri Radha Krishna eternally. Song 9 Text 1 I will always serve Sri Radha's feet. I will be a gopi always protected by her. I will always try to please her. Text 2 In my heart I will know that Lord Krishna finds his pleasure in Sri Radha's pleasure. Therefore I will never desire to leave Sri Radha's feet and stay alone with Lord Krishna. Text 3 Sri Radha's friends will be my well-wishers, teaching me of the divine couple's spiritual love. Following them, I will serve the Kalpa Vrksa tree of Sri Radha's feet. Text 4 I will always stay with Sri Radha. Never will I leave her and stay among her rivals, whoever they are. Song 10 Text 1 I have no power to bear Sri Radha's condition separated from Lord Krishna. For the happy reunion of the divine couple I am prepared to give up my life. Text 2 For a moment leaving Radha's feet, I would be at once devastated. For Radha's sake I will die 100 times. I gladly accept that suffering. Text 3 When will I serve Radha's feet? O people of Vraja, when will you be compassionate and take me to the forests of Vraja? Text 4 O Vilasa Manjari. O Ananga Manajari. O Sri Ripa Manajari. Please pick me up and place me at your feet. Please give me the best of perfections. Thus ends Gita Mala. Gita Mala from Dasaratha Suta's edition. Introduction. The unlimited merciful kindness of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, the founder-acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, has come down on all of us to allow this publication of Gita Mala by Srila Saksidananda Bhaktivinoda Thakura. Srila Prabhupada writes in his foreword to the songs of the Vaisnava Acharyas, I am greatly pleased to see this collection of songs composed by Thakura Bhaktivinoda, Narottama Dasa, and other great Acharyas of the Gaudiya Vaisnava Sampradaya. Songs composed by the Acharyas are not ordinary songs. When chanted by pure Vaisnavas who follow the rules and regulations of Vaisnava character, they are actually effective in awakening the Krishna consciousness dormant in every living entity. Have advised Shriman Asyatananda Swami to sing more songs of the Vaisnava Padavali and record them in books so that my disciples and others in the Western countries may take advantage of this chanting and thus advance in Krishna consciousness more and more. We should always remember the danger of Maya's influence and endeavor to save ourselves from her great power. We must therefore always merge in the transcendental mellow of Kirtana Rasa, for Kirtana Rasa is the safest situation within this material world. Hare Krishna. So now we are pleased to announce the continuation of the mellows of Kirtana Rasa with the present publication of Gita Mala, for the pleasure of His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. So far in English we have the songs of the Vaisnava Acharyas, a collection of the most important songs of different Acharyas, and the Bala books publication of Bhaktivinoda's Sarangati and Gitavali together in one volume. This Gita Mala was composed by Thakura Bhaktivinoda in 1893, the same year as Sarangati and Gitavali. The word Gitavali means a series of songs, which indicates that the book is a collection of songs of various topics. But the word Gita Mala means a rosary or garland of songs, which indicates more subtly that it is a connected sting of songs which are interrelated. So this entire book Gita Mala, from beginning to end, is all one unit meant to delineate a clean-cut path of devotional service which progressively, and quickly, develops from the most basic moods of devotion right on up to the topmost ecstasies of the most exalted pure devotees. The book is like a miniature atom bomb which, although easily held in the palm of the hand, causes a tremendous explosion of transcendental bliss which totally devastates the reader's material attachment to his own mundane body, mind and words. Gita Mala contains, in a nutshell, the concentrated essence of all the literatures of the Goswamis headed by Rupa and Raghunatha. The editors sincerely feel that the study of Gita Mala has greatly helped in understanding the grave statements contained within Srila Prabhupada's books, which are themselves like an ever-expanding eternal ocean of nectarine bliss. Thus one can find each word of each sentence in Srila Prabhupada's books to be ever increasingly pregnant with new or fresh meanings, which one might not have previously realized. Basic outline of Gitamala. Gitamala develops systematically, beginning with Yamuna Bhavavali, a series of mellow yet directly ecstatic potent songs based on the primary devotional mood of eternal servitude and submission to the Lord. Then Karpanya Panjaka injects a very heavy booster shot of topmost divine seva to Sri Sri Radha and Krishna, accompanied by very intense pleading prayers born of pure spiritual humility. Then, Soka Satana bestows the merciful benediction of the most merciful incarnation and Yuga Avatara, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whose ecstatic lila depicted therein is especially meant to dispel all the sufferings of the Kali Yuga victims. Without such mercy from Lord Chaitanya, one cannot fully appreciate or enter into the final goal of confidential personal service to Radha and Krishna which was described in the previous chapter. Then, Rupanuga Bhajana Darpana presents the complete detailed science of the transcendental rasa tattva that permeates Krishna's eternal divine pastimes, as it is understood by those who strictly follow Srila Rupa Goswami. It is based on Rupa Gosvamis's Bhakti Rasamrta Sindhu and Ujjvala Nilamani. Although very technical at times, a sincere study of it will crack open a whole new world of understanding of Srila Prabhupada's most exquisite, transcendentally delightful presentation of the nectar of devotion. Rupanuga Bhajana Darpana contains, in a nutshell, all the necessary details of the science of devotion beginning from the preliminary thirsty greed for rasa all the way up to the highest peaks of Mahabhava which saturate the Lord's eternal daily Astakaliya pastimes. Then the final chapter called Siddhi Lalasa presents the final moods of the topmost swan-like devotees. After a thorough study of all the details of the science of rasa, the crystal-clear hearts of the pure devotees then issue forth such pure desires for eternal service to Srimati Radharani in their transcendental Siddhadeha, or spiritual body, such as those desires expressed in this chapter of Siddhilalasa, the last word in ultimate ecstatic beatitude. So, from the very beginning to the very end, Gita Mala forcibly captures one with all its delightful charms and pulls one's eyes open to witness an ecstatic preview of our final goal in Goloka Vrindavana, which definitely changes the life of the reader for the better. The sincere follower can imbibe such permanent convictions that he will finally be finished with petty material attachments and sense gratification for good, and he will only increase his daily appreciation of the wonderful gifts that Srila Prabhupada has so kindly given to us. It was Prabhupada's expressed desire that more songs and books of the Vaisnava Padavali be presented in English, so that my disciples and others in the Western countries may take advantage of this chanting and thus advance in Krishna consciousness more and more. Therefore we pray with all the humility at our command that this insignificant attempt to invoke the blessings of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura upon us We pray that if the Vaisnavas will be merciful to allow us to serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on this auspicious occasion of his 500th anniversary, then future volumes of the quincentenary series may be brought out, including the complete works of Narottama Dasa Thakura and other great Acharyas, who all eternally accompany Lord Chaitanya as he continuously benedicts all the universes with swelling floods of free Krishna prema. Haribol. Dasaratha Sutta Dasa Introduction to Chapter 1 Yamuna Bhavavali. In this first chapter of Gita Mala, Thakura Bhaktivinoda has composed all the songs based on Sanskrit verses from the book Stota Ratna, which was written by Yamunacharya, a previous Acharya coming in the line of the Sri Sampradaya. The original Stotra Ratna contains 62 slokas, and Bhaktivinoda Thakura has selected 27 of the most important ones and expanded them into Bengali verses. These 27 songs specifically show the function of the subordinate ecstasies of neutrality and servitude as being inseparably interwoven and contained in the superior ecstasy of conjugal love expressed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The following chart shows how the songs correspond to the original slokas of Stotra Ratna. The titles of the songs are not part of the original text, but are added in this publication as an index to the topics of the songs. 1. Stotra Ratna 3. The glories of the Lord's lotus feet 2 S.R. 7. The power of the Lord's glance 3 S.R. 12. The importance of the scriptures 4 S.R. 13. The Lord's transcendental position 5 S.R. 15. The Lord's qualities 6 S.R. 17. The Lord's pastimes 7 S.R. 18. The liberated mind can see the Lord 8 S.R. 19. The conditioned soul's fallen position 9 S.R. 20. The sinful soul is fist for punishment 10 S.R. 21. The ocean of nescience 11 S.R. 23. Exclusively dependent shelter of the Lord 12 S.R. 24. The nectar of the Lord's lotus feet 13 S.R. 25. A glimpse of his lotus feet 14 S.R. 26. The effect of one drop of his lotus feet nectar ocean 15 S.R. 27. The self-cheated soul 16 S.R. 43. The soul's position of eternal service 17 S.R. 45. His lotus feet are the only refuge 18 S.R. 46. The power of ignorance 19 S.R. 47. The meaning of the most merciful Lord Doyamoy 20 S.R. 48. Natural eternal surrender 21 S.R. 49. Surrender transcends bodily designation 22 S.R. 52. Prayer for the association of devotees 23 S.R. 53. The qualities of the pure devotee 24 S.R. 54. Prayer for natural eternal service 25 S.R. 55. The mood of self-surrender 26 S.R. 57. Relative positions of the master and the servant 27 S.R. 59. The last hope for deliverance